Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Shankar on Tuesday launched the official website and logo of India's BRICS Presidency 2026. Addressing the event, the minister said that India's BRICS chairship will seek to bring together the potential of BRICS countries for greater global welfare, inspired by the guidance of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India's Minister for Electronics and IT, Ashwini Vaishnaw, attended the Critical Minerals Ministerial Meet in Washington on Monday. The meeting was hosted by U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. The minister highlighted the importance of building a resilient supply chain to support India's expanding electronics and manufacturing sectors. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday addressed the inaugural ceremony of Multi-Speciality Joint Services Medical Camp in Lakshadweep and highlighted government's commitment to bringing quality health care closer to the citizens in remote areas. The maiden Joint Services Multi-Speciality Medical Camp was inaugurated at Kavaratti in Lakshadweep by Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi and aims to provide comprehensive health care to residents of the remote Union Territory. Speaking at the annual Army Day press conference in New Delhi, Chief of Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi said Operation Sindoor is ongoing and any future misadventure will be met with a decisive response. The Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan inspected the NCC parade at Kariappa Parade Ground in Delhi on Tuesday. General Chauhan described the Indian Armed Forces as one of the most noble and respected professions. Chief of Defence Staff, Service Chiefs and Air Chief Marshal paid homage to the fallen soldiers at the National War Memorial in Delhi on 78th Army Day on Tuesday. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan inaugurated drug-free campus campaign at University of Delhi on Tuesday. The Vice President called for collective action to protect India's youth and urged the students to become the ambassadors of Nasha Mukta Bharat or drug-free India. Highlighting that India is a youthful nation, the Vice President described substance abuse as not merely a personal problem but a serious social challenge, public health concern and a threat to the country's demographic dividend. The event was attended by Union Minister for Education, Dharmendra Pradhan. Addressing the gathering, he said that the path to developed India passes through drug-free youth power. India's Union Home and Cooperation Minister Amit Shah on Tuesday inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for various development projects worth 267 crore rupees in Gandhinagar on Tuesday. During his visit, Amit Shah laid the foundation stone for Gujarat's first and India's second high-tech biosafety Level 4 laboratory near the Animal Vaccine Institute in Sector 28. Addressing the gathering, the minister stressed that the country will emerge as the world's third-largest economy by the end of next year. Union Minister of State Jitendra Singh addressed a press conference on Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Grameen Act 2025, where he underlined the features of the bill and the changes introduced to meet the employment needs of rural India. The launch and culmination of Inspiring Innovators Nai Bharat Ki Nai Pehchan, a unique initiative showcasing short films on 8 social innovation startups from across the country, took place on Tuesday. Speaking on the occasion, Secretary of Information and Broadcasting Sanjay Jaju said that social entrepreneurs are addressing issues many people are often unaware about and expressed his gratitude for their impactful work. Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Dr. L. Murugan highlighted that under Prime Minister Modi's vision of creativity, media and entertainment industry is rapidly growing with startups. Supreme Court on Tuesday questioned the conduct of people and organizations feeding stray dogs in public places, asking whether compassion is limited to animals and not extended to humans. In business, the Indian equity indices ended lower on Tuesday. Nifty 50 was down by 58 points at 25,732.3. At close, Sensex was at a loss of 250 points at 83,627.69. Indian rupee ended flat at 90.18 per dollar on Tuesday. Gold futures maturing on the 5th of February was priced at 1,41,734 rupees per 10 grams on multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for the 5th of March maturity stood at 2,70,419 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. India's iPhone exports crossed 2 trillion rupees in 2025 with shipments touching a record $23 billion. Electronics and IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw hailed the progress that helped in creating jobs and bringing foreign exchanges. The India Cellular and Electronics Association said on Monday that mobile phone production in India is expected to reach $75 billion by the end of the current fiscal year, including exports worth over $30 billion. India saved nearly $8 billion in foreign exchange in financial year 25 as coal imports declined sharply on the back of strong domestic production and high stock levels at power plants, according to the India's Coal Ministry year-end review. According to an SBI report, India's banking system has seen strong expansion over the past 2 decades, with deposits rising to 241.5 lakh crore rupees in financial year 2025. The Brent crude oil is priced at $64.69 per barrel on Tuesday. Anti-government protests in Iran have resulted in hundreds of deaths. Human rights activist news agency has estimated the death toll in excess of 600. Iran has claimed full control of the country, and Foreign Minister Arakchi has accused the US and Israel of playing a direct role in the recent unrest across Iran. After Tehran indicated that it is keeping communication channels with Washington open, White House press secretary has said that US President Donald Trump is considering airstrikes on Iran to stop a crackdown on protesters. United States virtual embassy in Iran issued an advisory for American citizens to leave Iran now, and that the protests are escalating and could turn violent, leading to arrests, injuries, and severe disruptions to daily life. On Monday, Trump said that countries doing business with Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States of America. In response, China said on Monday that it is against the indiscriminate imposition of tariffs and will take all necessary measures to safeguard its interests. Qatar Foreign Ministry spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari on Tuesday warned that any military escalation between the US and Iran would have catastrophic consequences for the region, urging restraint amidst rising tensions. Foreign ministers of Denmark and Greenland will meet US Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Wednesday, the Danish foreign minister said, amid President Donald Trump's push to take control of the Arctic island. The United Nations on Tuesday called for a prompt and impartial inquiry after a federal immigration officer fatally shot a protester in Minneapolis last week. Following the fatal shooting of a Minnesota woman by an immigration and customs enforcement officer last week, Minnesota and Illinois filed a lawsuit against Trump's administration seeking to block a surge of immigration enforcement officers into their states. Opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado will meet President Trump this Thursday. A day after Trump called himself as the acting president of Venezuela on Truth Social, Venezuela's acting president Delcy Rodriguez reaffirmed country's sovereignty and independence, saying she is the actual leader of the nation. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters that Washington has so far backed Rodriguez in her recent role, and Trump was pleased with the cooperation of Venezuelan leaders. French farmers drove hundreds of tractors into Paris on Tuesday, staging their second major protest in a week against EU-Mercosur trade deal. Russia strikes targeted Ukraine's two largest cities, Kyiv and Kharkiv, leaving at least 4 people dead on early Tuesday. The overnight strikes also hit other regions, including southern port city of Odessa. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takachi and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung met in a summit meeting in Japan on Tuesday to deepen security and economic ties to counter growing tensions in East Asia. Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi emphasized the importance of Japan-South Korea relations and the need to grow further. Hungary will hold its general election on the 12th of April, where EU's longest-serving current leader, Prime Minister Viktor Orban, faces an unprecedented challenge. Myanmar's dominant pro-military party on Tuesday claimed a majority of elected lower house seats in the country's junta-run polls, which democracy watchdogs say will prolong the armed forces' grip. A 28-year-old Hindu auto rickshaw driver Sameer Kumar Das was brutally murdered in Bangladesh's Feni district on Sunday night, with assailants fleeing the scene with his vehicle. Time for a short break. We'll be right back.
This week on Defense Dynamics, why India's development of electromagnetic railguns so important for modern battlefield doctrine? What is Drishti 10 and why is it emerging as a critical pillar of India's maritime security? Why India's successful conduct of long-duration ground tests of scramjet combustor so strategic for India's hypersonic missile program? And in my take, we decode why Pakistan is pushing the JF-17 across the Islamic world. Watch Defense Dynamics this Wednesday at 8 p.m. IST only on DD India.
One of India's newest states, one of India's oldest lands. Jharkhand is a hidden
Take a front seat to witness the grandeur.
Welcome back. Let's continue. Fresh lava fountains erupted from Hawaii's Kilauea volcano on Monday, marking its 40th eruption. The volcano continues to remain highly active, drawing tourists with dramatic fury displays. Heavy snow blanketed inner and eastern Turkey, disrupting traffic but easing drought. Snow exceeded 20 centimeters in some areas, while road clearance continued across several provinces. Cold wave conditions continue in Kashmir Valley as Srinagar recorded a minimum temperature of minus 4.9 degrees Celsius. Shimla will continue to experience dry cold with light snowfall expected in higher reaches from the 16th of January. The India Meteorological Department has issued red alerts with severe cold wave and dense fog for northern states of Punjab, Haryana and Delhi. Delhi Airport has implemented low visibility procedures due to fog, but flight operations are currently running normally according to the latest travel advisory. IMD also issued orange alert for North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh as cold wave conditions continue to prevail over the region. Chandigarh woke up to dense winter fog covering Sukhna Lake, reducing visibility and creating a chilly start to the day. Heavy rain in Tamil Nadu's Mayiladuthurai district has disrupted daily life and caused fear among the farmers who were damaged to samba crops. Schools in Puducherry's Karaikal region remained shut on Tuesday due to heavy rain. Lodi festival is celebrated across India on Tuesday as it symbolizes the end of the coldest period of the year and the arrival of longer days. In Jammu and Kashmir's Samba district, border security force personnel celebrated Lodi with traditional bonfires, festive feasts and dance. In Udaipur city of Rajasthan, an artist made history by crafting 75 ultra-microscopic kites from gold in 75 hours. Each kite resembling tiny gold dust particles marks a world-first achievement and has been recorded in Hindustan Book of World Records. A helicopter service was launched in Gulmarg to boost tourism and improve access to high-altitude spots. The initiative will enhance tourist experience, attract high-end visitors, create local jobs and strengthen Gulmarg as a year-round destination. Festive cheer gripped Assam amid preparations for the eve of Bhogali Bihu. Markets across the state saw heavy crowds buying fish, meat and traditional delicacies. Publishers and authors at the 53rd New Delhi World Book Fair at Bharat Mandapam celebrated a strong visitor turnout with over 1,000 publishers from 35 countries showcasing diverse genres and languages. With free entry and convenient timings, the 9-day fair organized by National Book Trust India until 18th of January under the theme of Indian Military History, Valor and Wisdom at 75. Despite freezing temperatures, devotees took a holy dip at Sangam in Prayagraj as part of ongoing 45-day Magh Mela, which runs till the 15th of February. In Mandsaur, Madhya Pradesh, opium farming has reached its peak with poppy fields blooming. Farmers are preparing to harvest the capsules carefully, ensuring security and precision for latex extraction used in medical products like morphine and codeine. Ahead of Republic Day, security personnel from central and state agencies hoisted the national flag on multiple uninhabited islands in the Gulf of Mannar to raise awareness about island protection and security. 4-legged robots were deployed for the first time during a Japanese ground self-defense force drill as the 1st Airborne Brigade integrated unmanned ground vehicles into its annual New Year exercise at Narashino. 2 pandas at Vienna Zoo, born in China, are enjoying the snow as Vienna's winter climate resembles their natural habitat. The pandas were moved to Vienna in April last year. Vietnam National Fine Arts Museum received 979 artworks from the Fine Arts Association, marking its largest handover and expanding public access. Australia's Magic Millions Carnival has begun on the Gold Coast, featuring top horses, yearling sales and celebrity visitors like Princess Zara Tindall. The 10-day event includes the richest race on Saturday with $3.75 million at stake, boosting tourism and the local economy. Copenhagen's historic Round Tower has had its 3-ton copper observatory dome lifted down for restoration due to leaks. New copper will be fitted and the landmark is set to reopen to the visitors in autumn. The teaser for the horror film The Mummy has been unveiled on Monday. The film is directed by Lee Cronin and will hit the theatres in April this year. The teaser of the new season of One Piece was released on Monday. Season 2 will premiere on March the 10th with Mexican actor returning as Monkey D. Luffy. New crime thriller film starring actors Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, The R.I.P., releases on January the 16th on the OTT platforms. Directed by Joe Carnahan, the film explores themes of corruption and trust within a tense, action-packed story. Hollywood mega blockbuster Avatar: Fire and Ash continues its box office streak, landing at number 1 for the 4th weekend in a row. Avatar global total crosses $1.23 billion in US. A new song from upcoming sequel of Bollywood classic Border 2 was unveiled on Monday. The song, which is a timeless classic by Anu Malik and Javed Akhtar, has been reimagined by Mithun. Sonakshi Sinha and Paresh Rawal's horror mystery Nikita Roy released on OTT platform on Monday. The film explores the clash between logic and faith after a mysterious death. The much-awaited trailer for Rani Mukherjee starrer Mardani 3 has been finally unveiled. The film is set to hit the theatres on January the 30th this year. The trailer of Bollywood actress Shobita Dhulipalia's crime thriller Chikatilo was unveiled on Monday. The actress plays a true crime podcaster who uses her podcast to uncover the 2-decade-old secrets of a long-dormant serial killer. Bollywood blockbuster Dhurandhar continues its strong overseas run, earning $31.5 million in international market after 6 weekends. Zoya Akhtar Reema Kakti produced docu-series in Transit has been nominated for Outstanding Documentary at 2026 Media Awards, recognizing inclusive and authentic representation. President Draupadi Murmu has invited the captain of the Indian blind cricket team to attend the Republic Day celebrations on 26th of January this year in New Delhi. India will aim to clinch another one-day international series when they lock horns with New Zealand in the second encounter at Rajkot on Wednesday. India is currently leading the three-match series by 1-0 after victory in opening match at Vadodara, with Virat Kohli playing the match-winning knock. Australian captain Aliza Healy will retire after India series in March this year, ending a 15-year career with 300 matches, 7,000 plus runs, 275 wickets and record 8 World Cup victories. India's Sports Ministry has directed the national sports federations to set up Make in India in Sports and International Relations Committees to boost indigenous manufacturing. Paralympic medalists Pramod Bhagat and Sukant Kadam will start their 2026 season at the Egypt Para Badminton International in Cairo, competing in singles and doubles. Carlos Alcaraz trained at the Melbourne Park ahead of the Australian Open as he seeks a career Grand Slam victory. Nick Kyrgios confirmed he will skip singles at the Australian Open, focusing on doubles as he returns from an injury. World number 1 Magnus Carlsen aims to defend his title as he confirmed his participation at the 2026 Norway Chess Tournament from the 25th of May till the 5th of June. US to invest $115 million in counter-drone tech for the safety of players, staff and fans during FIFA World Cup. Coach Xabi Alonso has left Real Madrid by mutual agreement a day after their 3-2 defeat against arch-rivals Barcelona in Spanish Super Cup. Alvaro Arbola will take over the side with immediate effect after Alonso's departure. Manchester United could appoint Michael as interim manager until the end of the season. Paris Football Club shocked Paris Saint-Germain with a 1-0 French Cup victory as Jonathan scored the decisive goal. And Liverpool beat Barnsley by 4-1 in the FA Cup, setting up a fourth-round clash against Brighton. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Namaskar.